Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to create your corporate or business brand story. Now, you would have seen already, I've got a video with regards to how to create your personal brand story. Now, in this video, we're going to talk specifically about your corporate brand story or your business brand story, however you identify it as, okay? Now, one of the main key reasons that I want to make sure that you are literally tapping into this particular part is because not only will it boost the awareness of what it is that you do and why it is that you actually do it, it will also boost the real reason as to how you can actually help your audience, how it is that you can actually help your customers or your clients, right? Because when you hit home on these key specific things, especially through or by way of your brand story, you'll notice better results. You're going to notice better productivity simply because everybody now gets your story. Everybody is now aware as to the real reason as to why you're doing what you're doing. And yes, by the way, folks, it is super important to be able to know and understand that, whether you identify it as your why, your until I moment, your until you reach point, whatever that may be. These key things need to be understood, especially by your audience and especially by all those who are working with you. So that being said, before you get stuck into this, I want to make sure that you also watch to the very, very end, because I've got super key and important key principles that I want to share with you that not only allow you to take action today, but equally allow you to take action continuously. Because you know me, folks, I'm all about making sure that you're making great moves. And whilst you're learning, you're equally doing something about all those key things that you're actually taking in. And I'm sharing these things with you because I know all these things will help. They've helped my clients. They've helped me. They've helped numerous amounts of people. Whoever I get to speak to, they've helped them. They've helped boost the awareness of who they are and why it is that they really, really do what they do. And in return of that, they've actually seen the results that they're actually looking for. So that being said, folks, before we get stuck into this, please also make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because as always, I've got some key things that I continuously share with you on my channel. And the more and more I get to do it is the more and more people I get to reach and help them to understand that not only are you more than what they see, others are too. And equally, representation matters, and we're all sources of that. So you need to be seen more. And more specifically, because of that, you're a source of an example of a way forwards. And again, other people need to understand and know that too. So that being said, folks, let's get stuck into this. So, okay, as I said, we're going to be talking about how to create your corporate or business brand story, okay? Now, as I said to you, I spoke about this before, just with regards to your personal brand story. Now, there are slight differences here because, as you know, especially when it comes to the narrative of a personal brand, it is all about you. It is all about what it is that you do, you have experience, right, in order to be able to relate to your specific audience. Now, when it comes to your corporate or business brand, there are slight differences that we now need to address. So yes, there's still some key things that we need to define. However, when it comes to one key thing in specific, you're going to make sure and know and understand equally how you really hit home on the audience that you're serving. And more specifically, how you're making sure you're building on that connection with them even more so. So that being said, the first thing you need to define is your message. Now, just like with the personal brand, this message is all about the key thing, the key lesson that you want to make sure that your audience is really getting to know, understand, and equally learn. If you do not have a key message, use some key principles I'm going to be sharing with you shortly, but use an idea as to what your brand is about. Really tap into the why factor as to what your brand is about. With your message, it will be designed to be able to help your audience to move. So if they don't do X, Y, and Z, what is it that's going to happen? If they don't address X, Y, and Z, what is it that's going to happen? For me, for example, as you know, I help others to see that they are more than what they see. Because if they don't, well, then they're going to constantly feel stuck. They're going to be constantly feeling like they're running around in arduous circles, hitting and hoping, throwing things at a wall, fingers crossed something is going to stick. But if they address and know that they are more than what they see, they're going to start standing all the more confident. They're going to start showing up in spaces that they wouldn't typically think that they could show up in. And more specifically, they're also going to be building better connections, because that's what we're doing, folks. Connections will help you to create those better leads. And equally, connections will not only help you to create those better leads, but equally start converting because you've made a connection with your audience from the get-go. So leads, conversions, they're essentially the bloodline that helps to make sure that your business continues, right? So make sure that you tap into these key things and define your message. The next thing you want to make sure that you also define is obviously your audience. Now, just like with a personal brand, of course, you can speak to the world of people. However, you are designed, or more specifically, your product or service is designed to help one key specific person. So who are they? Again, tap into the reason why you created this product, why you created this service, why you wanted to make sure that this service was there to serve the audience that you're reaching out to. Why them in specific? Why? You got to be that inquisitive child, right? Especially when it comes to your why. You've got to be that inquisitive child that will constantly ask yourself why. Because when you do, that's when you get to the below surface level of the real reason, and equally you'll get to understand who your audience should actually be. So define them, know who they are so that you can talk specifically to them. The final thing that you want to make sure that you define, obviously, is your narrative based on what you would have learned from your personal brand story creation. However, this narrative now has a slight little difference. The narrative is no longer about you personally. The narrative is now about your business. Meaning, what experiences have you experienced within your business? What experiences have you had that your businesses have helped or created or designed a path or a way forward for other clients that can now help all future clients coming towards working with you? What is that narrative that you want to be able to share with your key audience in order for them to be able to help and make sure that they get it, that they really understand why they should be choosing you in the first place over Sam or Jesse or Joe down the road, whoever they may be who has a similar business to you? What is that key thing that you want to make sure that you hit with the narrative to be able to help them to relate and understand that? Because, as you know, when it comes to creating your story, it's about creating that relatability factor, that connection factor, but more importantly, that resonating factor. Because if nobody resonates with your story, well, then everything else gets lost. So help them to resonate with it by way of the narrative, by way of the message that you're creating, by way of the audience that you're speaking specifically to. So folks, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this video helped you. Please go back and also watch the how to create your personal brand story as well. And I'm going to drop a little card here so you can go ahead and just check it out. However, before you get stuck into that, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel because I share content like this. And if you subscribe, you're then helping others to be able to know and understand and boost the awareness of this specific channel so that they can know and understand how I can help them. And more specifically, how branding itself can help them. So folks, please make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe to this channel, share it with other like-minded individuals, and make sure that you go ahead and click on the link that's in the description box below this video. Because here's why. Aside from all of what I've just shared with you today, you're going to learn and understand that with this information, it can now be reinforced by all these key principles to help you to be able to boost the brand awareness, to be able to make sure that you're getting those results that you're looking for. And more specifically, folks, not only are you getting those results simply because you've addressed key things, but you're also now making sure that others know and understand who it is that you are and why it is that you really do what you're doing, all by way of building better connections. Because as we know, better connections equal better leads, equal better conversions. So I'm going to leave it right there, folks. I hope that you liked this video. Please make sure once again you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you on the other side.